And recording. So I've been going through my notebook here, my little journal, and it dawns on me that I haven't reacted to nearly enough Ninjin is based off the suggestion list I have here. And I love that they have that H.P. Lovecraft influence, that they have that deep, dark terror kind of doom quality to their music. Anything from like outer space to like creatures at the base of a mountain or ghost. And the next one on my list here is The Caterpillar. And this is from their actual YouTube page. So, official art track, it says. About an 8.5-minute song. My body is ready for it. I need something dark and kind of I have an impending sense of doom and terror right now living in the U.S. with what's going on. So this is right up my alley and something I kind of need just to, for catharsis purposes right now. So I am completely ready for this. Go! A little funky. I'm going to pause it there. It's obviously transitioning into something a little bit more heavy. This is catching me by surprise a little bit because I was expecting this to be even darker, and I'm sure it'll get that way. But it's coming across kind of playful, almost like a I almost said Nine Inch Nails. Like a Red Hot Chili Peppers song almost. Just based off the way the bass is being played and kind of the guitar work that's happening. Now, obviously, once the vocals came in, there's like an inherent sadness, a sad kind of quality that he's putting over the lyrics. And judging from the name, The Caterpillar, like I kind of have this expectation that it's going to be about a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. So it's going to be kind of like the metamorphosis. And it might take kind of like a Kafka-esque kind of turn at some point. But yeah, this is pretty cool too. Like this is a different side of them that I haven't experienced just yet. Let me backtrack that just a little bit. Go! repetitive kind of major build. I'm gonna pause it there. Then I'll backtrack again, just because that little solo piece was good. Oh, it's so good. I like when you can just ride a groove like that and just have kind of, it might be like a little simplistic sounding, the bass and drum just kind of doing the same thing over and over. But once you hit that groove and it just provides that the bass, the basis for a solo or a guitar to just like improv over it, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing, and I can just listen to that for like an hour. I don't know if you would notice, but I'm making a bunch of the stink face. Uh, I don't do that on purpose. That's just like one of those visceral reactions you get just listening to something, and if it hits that right spot in your head, you're just like, ooh, like I feel it in my head, hear it, and then I feel it in my soul. This has kind of like an old-timey kind of vibe, and when I say that, I don't mean like the Middle Ages. I mean more like mid-90s. That's probably kind of why I had like a Chili Peppers vibe, even though they were a little later in the 90s. But yeah, this has like an older sound to it. And even though it's not necessarily what I was expecting, like this, yeah, this is really nice. And obviously, the singer, the guitarist, he just has skills. Like I can't even really say anything about his playing at this point, just because any song I listen to, I know he's just gonna kill it. And the phrasing that he was using in the solo, like it wasn't even anything like too show offy. It's more about like the feeling that the song is producing, and yeah, that's what music should be. It should be about, I have a particular message, I have a particular feeling, or there's a particular sound that I'm just trying to push into the ether because this is what I'm feeling, and this is how this is what we want people to know about us, and just people gravitate towards that. So this isn't just like oh, we need a single for an album, we need something to put on the radio. No, it's no, I have something to say and you're gonna listen to it, and this is it. So I greatly enjoy when I hear something like that, just because it's more natural, and I find it more accessible because I can easily just like groove into it just the way they are grooving on it. So let me go back a little bit to the end of that solo. Almost 70s sound. Maybe 70s. Sabbath sound. That's more of what I was expecting. But I also like how it fit the song. So they didn't necessarily just go all out at the beginning. The song's about a caterpillar and it obviously going into like a cocoon and becoming something else. So in the middle where it's actually kind of in that larval stage and it's like building the cocoon, that's where it gets a little slower, and that's where that initial solo comes in. And then once it's busting out and becoming something else and changing, that's when the music picks up. Yeah, and as kind of light-hearted, not light-hearted. I didn't think this was as dark initially, but if you pay attention to the lyrics of what he's saying, it's kind of nihilistic, where he's talking about how kind of useless and ugly and the caterpillar feels, and how I might be paraphrasing here, and how all it does is eat. It serves no purpose in life. All it does is just eat and get fat and disgusting and ugly. But that's kind of the thing you need in order to transition over. And anytime I hear a song that has that kind of metamorphosis um, kind of theme, it usually means to me like people say like a rebirth, but they skip over and they gloss over the fact that in order to be reborn, you have to die. So there's an inherent kind of sadness and like negative connotation to that bug metaphor, just because in the middle of that, you die. So the rebirth also seemed like he didn't just turn into a beautiful butterfly. He it was full of pus and it was full of guts, and he's just ripping out. So it was more about the pain of the transformation, and he's still unhappy with himself, the caterpillar. So it's just one of those things where it could also be like metaphorical of just like viewing your own psyche and just saying like I'm unhappy and sad and all I do is eat and I feel useless, and oh look, I'm just ripping myself apart now trying to turn into something else. And it, yeah, that gets really dark, and I appreciate and enjoy them so much for going in that kind of direction, just because you got to be able to balance things in life. And there are people who feel positively and kind of confront things in a positive way, but they need to be balanced and counteracted with people who kind of view the glass as half empty, because you need both views in order to get a better understanding of the world at large. So, yeah, that's just a personal opinion. Uh, but yeah, I very much enjoyed the journey this took me on, and they're great musicians. Like that's not even in question. So like at no point now am I expecting to put on one of their songs and not like it. So it's a given that I'm going to enjoy it. It's a given that their musicianship is just going to be impeccable, and like this had a nice groove. It took me on a nice ride, and like I feel better for it.